Every so often, you come across a movie that serves as a reminder that life can serve you up a swift kick to the nether regions, reminding you that she can be a cold, bitter sea wench looking to drag you out to sea. Don't ask me what that means, it just makes sense to me. Welcome back to another episode of the Popcorn Confessional. And this is Dave from Nerdbox, and I am accompanied by my wife, Jen, also from Nerdbox. And on this episode, we are talking about Blue Bayou. So fire up that Jiffy Pop and meet us in the booth.
Antonio LeBlanc is a father who's living by the norms of society, fighting for a better opportunity to support his family in a small town in the Louisiana Bayou. Things go from bad to worse when a chance encounter forces him to face the ghosts of his past and an outcome that will see him ripped away from his family forever because his parents failed to file his paperwork when he was a child.
All I can say about this movie is wow.
I mean, you'll laugh, you'll cry, but most of all, you're going to be really, really pissed off when you watch this movie.
So the acting in this movie was well done, and the lead actor, Antonio LeBlanc, is played by Justin Chon. He also wrote and directed this film. If you know what it is to struggle to get by in life and have things not turn out your way, that's what happens to this guy. He encounters shit obstacle after shit obstacle after shit obstacle, and he can't get around it. And because he made some mistakes in his past, that intensifies him trying to get beyond where he's at, which is a tattoo artist. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know. This movie frustrated me. It really pissed me off. It was based on a true story, so that's what made it.
Really?
Yes.
Was it his true story or somebody else's?
No, it was based on a true story. So, and you said that when we were at the movie theater because it went across the screen.
A few moments later.
Yeah, so that makes it that much worse. Apparently, I mean, I don't know anything about adoption, but apparently there's like some simple little paper that they have to fill out that gets their child citizenship because they were brought over to the United States at such a young age. So they won't have to like take like the citizenship test or anything like that. They'll become citizens as soon as the parents file this paperwork, and it's not getting done. Like a lot. Like these parents are just failing miserably, and then in some cases the parents end up being shit parents, like in this story, and they're not there anymore. And then in other cases, the parents they die or whatever, and then this person has to go back to a country that they don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know it's where they're from, but they don't know it. They were babies, very little when they were brought over to the United States. And
getting all political on us.
Yeah. And this movie also brings me to corrupt cops, which they had in this movie. It was terrible.
Antonio, he is married to the love of his life, Kathy, who's played by
Alicia Vikander.
He is the stepfather to her daughter, and they're expecting one on the way. And that's kind of how the film opens up, is he's sitting at a job interview with his stepdaughter, just trying to land a better opportunity for himself. And, he didn't get the job, because he didn't look a certain way, or maybe he didn't talk a certain way. But he just didn't get the job. And, it kind of sucks because sometimes people need an opportunity to get out of certain situations. For instance, if he had to take his daughter to the job interview, there are stupid laws that say that you have to have a job so that you can have childcare. But how do you get a job if you have no childcare? Catch-22, and that's the story of this guy's life. Anything that he did, there was always a catch to it, and that's unfortunate. Now, and you get to live his struggles with him, and you kind of feel those pains that he's going through, especially if you can relate to that character. Now, there was a few characters that were introduced that kind of surprised me a little bit. where, there is another woman that he meets, not in that way. It's just a person that he meets that is going through her own struggles, and they sort of connect, and it goes a way that I didn't expect it to go.
Yeah, well, I even said to you in the theater, I thought it was going to go like this one way
Mhm.
with her being a part of his life, and that didn't
Yeah.
happen. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't go the way I expected or had hoped.
Hmm.
So that was unfortunate.
Yeah, and then, being that he is the stepfather, the father comes back into the life of Kathy and causes some conflict. So you get to see some of that drama play out between, parents,
Hmm.
and especially when there's another guy in the picture.
Yeah, and I mean, he was just a straight up deadbeat dad. He left, uh, from what I'm gathering, before the baby was even born,
Mm.
and then he wants to be a part of her life, and he uses his muscle as a cop to try to do that.
Hmm.
And I don't like that.
No, not
That's
at all.
bullshit.
Yeah. So this movie is a straight up drama. There are some comedic moments in this film where you get to see the interactions between Antonio and his stepdaughter Jessie, who is played by Sydney Kowalski.
Kowalski.
Kowalski. She was really good too in the film. Yeah, all really good. Very
Yeah,
convincing.
yeah. They were really convincing, and that's good because I mean, obviously, with the material that they were dealing with, you'd have to be convincing
Hmm.
because it was sensitive. The type of movie that it was. Dealing with deportation and racism. There was a lot going on. Corrupt law. There was a lot going on.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
you definitely had to be good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what you can kind of compare this movie to, because it's just a story. You drop into a life, and then you go. It's not one of those dramas where you drop into the life and then you get lifted out and you don't know what the hell is going to happen next, because
Yeah.
those suck. You
Hmm.
have an ending to this film. So what do you rate this one?
I'm not rating it. It's based on a true story.
Okay, so no rating for
I'm
this
not going to
one.
rate someone's life. I mean, that's terrible. I'm
Yeah.
not going to rate someone's life.
All right, so no rating for this one here. Trying to think of a film that you can compare this to. I know I've read some articles where people is like, "Oh, this is like Minari." No, it's not like Minari. It's better than Minari, I think.
It it's better than Minari. I mean, this one held my interest, whereas
Mm,
Minari, I kind of like zoned out a little bit here and there because it was really slow,
mhm.
and so, but it's not the same thing.
You know, if I want to compare it to films, maybe take Minari and throw in the sound of metal. Just combine them a little bit and take the music part out. You go from music to a tattooist. That's how, honestly, yeah. If I think of a movie, it's not based on music, but just a true story, a true solid written story that just puts you in a place and then it takes you through a character's journey. I would say Sound of Metal kind of fits this. So if you like Sound of Metal, you'll most likely like this film because it's just a drama. So it is the end of September, and you know what that means? 31 days of Halloween. And it's not just on the Popcorn Confessional where we will be reviewing movies that you might not have seen, and they don't feature guys like Freddie, Michael, and Jason or Chucky. In addition to that, you're going to get a Halloween special of 5 things where we talk about 5 movies that you can watch with your family for Halloween, and the debut of Donna Jean's Shot of Espresso, where we're going to be talking with celebrities on their favorite memory from Halloween. So you want to be sure to check that out because it's going to be a very busy month, and I am going to be doing a lot of editing. Lots of it.
So, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and share.
Yes, please share. And until the next, see
See
ya.
ya.